Hello. So today we're going to do something fun because we have a lot of bears in the area right now, and we actually had a few who tried to climb over my perimeter fence, which is about 6.5, 7 feet high, and luckily they didn't get over. But obviously that's not a situation I want to stress. So today we're going to start putting some electric fence on the outside. I got some insulators and I think most of the things I need to actually install this section today. I'm missing insulated fence wire to put some underground where the gates are, like for example right there behind me. But everything else should be there. So today I'm just going to fence this section. Let me pan around so that you can see it. Basically this section all the way to the corner, and then back there's another gate, and I want to fence at least this section because that's exactly where lots of bears walk around. They usually come up the hillside here, super tally, and there's no point in stressing or even encouraging them to get over. So today some fencing, and afterwards, as it's getting to be customary, some videos of me working in the forest, because needs to be done. So this shall be the beginning, and now I should be able to just unroll it, hook it into all of those insulators, tighten it down, and I guess it should work. We'll see. So eventually this is going to be solar powered, but I forgot that I don't have a good battery right now. So I'll have to run an extension cord to actually power this machine. But first let's hook it up to the ground rod and the wire, and then we can do some electrical fence testing and see if this is actually any good. I really like that this product can be used with a battery, solar, and comes with an adapter in case you run it from your regular power 110. Now let's check how many volts we actually get here. Good, so the fence itself is not energized. And this thing has 10,000 volts. That's the maximum this thing can measure. There you go, 9.9, which is perfect. So I think this is actually really nice. I installed the wire about 3.5 feet above ground, which I think is great because this way my dogs are not at risk of actually touching it, because I think touching this thing would be extremely painful. And my dogs already had run-ins with the Pig MBS 200 and they didn't like that too much either. So I think this is really good. Running around with a single extension cord to my house. That's the yellow wire on the ground. It's a few days later now. We have moved the sheep into their new fenced area, which is directly next to the perimeter fence that I electrified. Now that that is done, the next area we're going to move them into is actually on the other side. So what I need to do now is I need to extend the electric fence to that side. As a first stop, I'll need to dig a small trench to get the insulated wire into the ground to bridge the gate. I don't have insulation switches yet, or isolation switches, which means for now I just permanently connect both sides of it, which makes fault detection a bit harder, but you know, something to learn I guess, and also more stuff to buy. Anyways, so for now just some digging, putting the insulated wire down, and then we'll go from there. This is about, I don't know, 5-6 inches deep, which is more than enough because I'm not going to have any heavy equipment or even cars going over here. So now I'll just measure my insulated wire and put it down, and then we can go from there. Eventually I'll staple the insulated cable to the fence posts, but for now, you know, just getting set up. Right now, because I don't have the switches, I'm using those, you know, like bolts with a slot in the center, and this thing to actually press the wires together, which should work great. And eventually I'll just install one insulation switch and take these away. So I'll leave a little bit more wire than I need to. For now I just need to install the insulators on the fence posts. Time to get the wire into the strainer. How exciting! All right, one round in, that's not going anywhere, so I can roll it off. time to get the electric fence going again and do a quick voltage test just to make sure that I still have my 10,000 volt everywhere. So I already found the first short, just because the fence itself isn't really tight, so it wobbles a bit. So I need to get my fence stapler out and staple one side just to remove the wobble a little bit. So this section here is the problem. As you can see, it flexes a bit. And what I'm going to do is going to use this bad boy. This is a staple gun from Milwaukee, and oh boy, I bought it when I was building this fence and I love it. I would have never nailed this stuff by hand. And that's it. How amazing is that? Back to voltage testing. Let's check. 10,000 volts. Seems to me this is working exactly as intended. So now I just walk the line, make sure that there's no other section that wobbles a bit, and then I'm ready to next weekend move the sheeps into this area here, because right now they are on rotational grazing and we basically move them every 2 weeks just to limit any possibility of them, you know, getting worms or whatever. So yay! So while I clean up, you get to watch some sheep. How amazing is that?